Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week we got Jaimen, Corey, Randy, and Alex. No Jason tonight. He messaged me saying, I'm out for tonight, just got done with a rough day at work. So I just said, add Jammer to SkipAce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we were supposed to remind him of that.
Yeah, he said, if you don't see it in a couple hours, feel free to remind me again. My head's spinning from work. I was just doing it for the joke. I'm not going to remind him. It'll be fine if next week it's still on there, right? When is the Jammer? It's not till the middle of June.
Like a month.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, mid-June.
I'm not sweating it too much, only just for the fact I had a note, to remind him. So that was literally it. I do like to, check the Facebook and people make comments on it. Will Byrne commented a couple weeks ago that he wants more Jack. And if you listened closely last episode, you heard more Jack, Will. I aim to please. He was in that clip. Also, he asked to bring back 5 minutes of hockey. First of all, it was 1 minute. It was Ryan's hockey minute. It wasn't 5 minutes. It always went on for 5 minutes, but it was supposed to be a hockey minute. So, again, I like to accommodate. So, Randy, how them Bruins doing?
Oh, I don't need a whole minute. The Bruins make me sad. I mean, last year, best season on record. They lose to the Florida Panthers in the first round. And now this year, it's the second round playing the Florida Panthers. And we're just absolutely blowing it. And so it's almost over.
I will say, when I had the idea for this, they were winning in that game early on.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal first game of the series. And then the second game was like an amateur MMA match. It wasn't actually hockey at all.
They're just brawling?
Yeah. Like, I don't remember the number. Basically, everyone was ejected by the end. It was...
Damn, why did this not come across my Facebook feed? Not because it was hockey, but because it was amateur MMA.
Yeah, like all the big name players were ejected from the game. And then the Bruins really just didn't put up too much of a fight after that. Not physically fighting, but just like playing like shots on goal. It's like half as many as the Panthers. So it's tough. It's tough to watch, but we got one more game. Well, hopefully we have 3 more games, but at least one game at a time from now on, because it's 3-1 in the series when we're recording this. So yeah, we'll see.
Just to point out, the Rangers were up 3-0 when Will posted that. They're now up 3-1. So I'm just saying, Will, if you're a Ranger fan, and I'm taking a bullet for you, I got the game on instead of the Mets-Phillies game, and I will be updating throughout randomly with scores. So we will get 5 minutes of hockey if I can.
You're going to spoil it for him, though, Pat.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll spoil it for him when he listens to the podcast on Friday.
Exactly. It's in the first intermission, no score. Will.
I did joke with Alex on the way down to Mighty Gaw that, people wanted the hockey back and that he was going to have to jump on that. He didn't think that he could fill the time, but I didn't even think about Randy. But then I remembered that you were painting rocks while watching hockey. So
that's what made me think about it. Mm-hmm. And I figured Bruins, come on. Zanchelli right now is pulling his hair out. Like, why are you talking about the Bruins?
Oh, is that who's playing it? Is it Rangers or Bruins or
No. I just figured most people who listen theoretically would be Ranger fans because.
Oh yeah, you're talking to hockey. You're not even talking about the Rangers. We're in New York, Pat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I am currently a man without a team when it comes to hockey because my Arizona Coyotes are no longer
the Utah Coyotes.
Utah Yetis, Utah something or other.
Utah Soakers.
They've registered a number of trademarks, if I remember correctly. But
at least they're not going to be like the Jazz. I mean, who goes to Utah for Jazz?
They could be.
They'll figure out something.
But we were talking hockey, and I did want to point this out. Ryan messaged me. Apparently, he got on a plane. He couldn't only take 3 discs, so he took 5. Ugh. A Destroyer, a T-Bird, Rock 3, Zone, and a Wizard.
Okay, I figured he just stopped and got a starter kit.
Yeah, right?
Those last 2 ones.
No, he just got a disc golf for his starter kit.
Yep.
Yeah. He went to Reddit and he asked the people, what 5 discs should I bring? And that's what he got.
All right. Hockey minute. Check. Still an intermission. Randy, did you do anything this weekend?
This weekend, I let my wife have free reign of the weekend because she deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
You let her?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's re-record that. I was just a man slave all weekend. No, I didn't play any disc golf. Kat got out and played Sunday tags and got an ace.
Yeah, we saw
on Mother's Day,
on
right?
Facebook.
On Mother's Day, yeah.
That's awesome.
So very happy to have let her go play and not done anything.
Okay, so 3 of you played the Mighty Gaw, but I'm really only interested in hearing, I'm interested in hearing all 3, but I want to start with Alex because you've never played the course before. We're talking about the Mighty Gaw 17 in Mahwah, New Jersey, tournament director Tyler McKinnon and assistant tournament director Ryan Kenny. How was it in general?
All right, so it started off, we saw our cards to start off, and pretty much everybody was on a 5-person card, which I thought was an interesting choice. I wondered why that decision was made. I'm still not 100% sure why they decided to go that way. But yeah, it was not terrible, and I had JP on my card, so I knew he had played the course at least once. So I'd have some sort of guidance if I really didn't know what I was going up into. And we started on hole 16, which is pretty close to the bottom of the hill. It was a bit of a trek up there, but it wasn't crazy. And we then immediately, go to pretty much straight uphill shots to get to the top of the hill prior to hole 18. But, at that point, it didn't really set in quite how much hill walking I was going to be doing. So it started off not too bad. That first round, there were a couple of shots I really enjoyed, like throwing off of 15 and 18. That's just an awesome setup. Anytime you get to throw a big distance shot downhill, you gotta enjoy that every once in a while.
Before the tournament, Corey sent you his steps from last year, and he played 2 rounds at Burbine, Corey, and had 10 floors of elevation. Like he walked up 10 floors, and for Mighty Gaw, he did 105 floors.
And to be honest, I don't even know if if that was with my phone or if I had a smartwatch back then. Because I feel like the smartwatch does a little bit better on average. Because the stats I got from this past weekend were even worse than 105. But go on.
And I mean, I'm looking at the hill. Like, obviously, I can see it's a massive hill. And I know I'm going to be going up and down it a couple of times. But, numbers on a page are completely different from actually experiencing it.
That's fair.
So, yeah. Plus, I mean, who trusts Corey 100% all the time?
No one should.
Very good.
Other than on very limited subjects. But on average, no.
Yeah. So that first round, we were playing the blues. And it really felt a lot more scoreable than I thought it was going to be. We played holes 1 through 5 as a sort of discap group. It was me, Corey, Jaimen, Koch, Kyle. I think that's everybody.
You mean before the tournament?
Just before the tournament,
okay.
Yes, to warm up a little bit. And they all seemed like birdieable holes, except for hole 5, which I think was the first par 4 that I saw. That one seemed a little bit tough.
4 is the hill one, like the
four then. But yeah, it didn't seem crazy. It didn't seem like it was living up to the reputation that had grown in my mind from hearing the recaps prior. But yeah, after getting through hole 18 and being all the way down the hill and getting through those first few that I had already played, starting to get into 5, 6, 7, 8. At that point, I was really starting to get tired, and I was already recovering from a cold that I had. I got myself sick on Tuesday, and was pretty much recovered, but still feeling it just a little bit by the time Saturday rolled around. That was starting to get to me by the end of that round. So I played terribly. I can't even make excuses, but I played absolutely terribly. And then we hit lunch and ate my food, and the holes go up, and I'm on hole 6 for round 2. I pull up the map and I realize I need to go up the hill, then down and up the hill twice during the course of the round, then back up the hill for the last 5 holes, and then back down it again, all in one round. And that was really rough by the end there. I was absolutely exhausted by the end.
That's the thing about that course. The holes themselves, I'm not talking about black. I'm just talking about the greens and the blues. They're fair holes. They're disc golf holes. They are what they are. There's nothing flashy about them, but it's the entire experience, the walking, the rocks. There's very few comfortable places to put your feet. You know what I mean? When you're walking,
yeah,
you're walking
absolutely
over stones. So it's an uncomfortable, and then it's throw a disc. It's not a bad course by any stretch. I'm not nitpicking. I'm just saying that the difficulty is in the journey as opposed to the actual disc golf. That's just my opinion.
By the end, we were absolutely joking that we should have gotten the ski lift going, the chair lift, just actually going, and just have people on it as people are throwing on 18 and 15, just watching the drives there. Or, making sure that you have to dodge the moving chairs as you're throwing on those holes. We figured that would have been a good thing to see happen.
You just reminded me of something because, when I played there, it was when I was very first starting. So I would play MA3, and that means you're starting on 15. You know what I mean? So you're starting at the top of the hill. So you got to walk up it and then down it. And one point, I forget as many years as I played, we were coming down, we played 15, I think it was 15, and we were walking down, or maybe the round was over, the first round, and this guy, you mentioned the lift, he took his belt off and put it over one of the wires and tried to zip line down. And his belt broke within like a foot. It just snapped in two. And then he had his baggy pants the rest of the day. So it just made me think of
idiot. What an MA3 move thing to do.
Yeah, we won't need to linger too much more. I don't have a ton to say about my play. I did not play well over the course of the day. I can attribute it to not knowing the course. I can attribute it to not feeling well. I can attribute it to a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I shot plus 18, which is not great. Good enough for DFL in the MA1 division, which, struggling a bit. Although one thing I did talk to Corey a little about at the end was I wonder if I'm not being focused enough. So like a lot of the times people talk about the difference between a casual round and a competitive round, and like people, get nervy in competitive rounds and things like that. I'm wondering if I'm not being focused and not being competitive enough in the like tournament rounds to the point where, I'm just being lazy about things and I'm struggling because of it. Couldn't tell you, but we got Mindkill next, so hopefully I can pull myself out of this slump that I've been in for the last few rated rounds I've had.
Is it a real DFL if there's a DNF? Because I mean, at least
so.
it's finished.
Nope.
I don't think you can consider that DFL.
I'm just saying. I will take the slight victory, but
He threw it the most, so that's kind of like winning.
Exactly.
I did throw it the most out of all the players in MA1. That's definitely something to think about. One thing I did want to say, we were in a 4-person card for round 2, and our 4th person was the DNF. So we had 3 people, and somehow we still didn't get backed up nearly as much as Corey and Jaimen made it seem like I was going to. So I'll take that.
You said there were 5-somes, and it looks like it had 71 players, so they must have had some open hole.
Oh, get down to 71? Oh, because I think it was originally 75, and then I think I checked before and it was 73.
If that person DNF'd, would that subtract from the total players, or would he count in the total players?
Well, he played at least that one. I think
That's what I'm
still
thinking.
counts. Yeah, I think he still counts.
So, yeah, maybe just the day of, they had a couple. I don't know. Alex, do you plan on playing again?
That's a very good question. I think a lot depends on how I'm doing overall. Like if I'm still playing tournaments, like how I played Welcome to the Jungle and this one, then fuck no, I'm not driving 2 hours to play like absolute trash and, wreck my rating. But I have a feeling whatever's happening right now with how I'm playing, I think is a temporary thing. And I'm gonna stick with that because otherwise I'm gonna feel really bad about how I'm playing. So we're gonna say I'm gonna play next year because I'm gonna be doing much better, and I'm gonna play much better that year.
I like it. Corey, how was your round?
Might as well go in order.
Spoiler
alert, I came also dead fucking last. I was hoping that was not going to be the case, but I ironically basically threw the exact same round I did last year. Well, not the exact same round, but actually, did I go +1? Did I actually do the same exact thing? Not quite, but I finished +3 on the day. This time it was good enough for dead last. Last year it was good for 4th from dead last. I had kind of an up and down round where like the ups weren't that high and the downs were kind of low, so it averaged to pretty bad. My only highlight, I guess I could say, is there's only a handful of people in the pro field that birdied hole 4, which is the par 4 or 5 from the black tee that kind of goes up the hill in the woods. But yeah, there's only 4 or 5 people that birdied each round, and only 2 people birdied at both rounds. First name you might recognize is Steve Brinster. The second person you might recognize is me. So that's like my only claim to fame on the entire round.
Steve Brinster, perhaps you've heard of him.
Yeah, you might have heard of him. Kind of a local guy. Other than that, like I feel like I was throwing the disc really well, like getting good distance in the woods by shaping lines. But then when it came to either the approach, I wasn't close enough, or my putting was just kind of off all day too. I really tried to prepare for this day, knowing what I knew last year, which is I was going to get really exhausted and probably thirsty. So I brought plenty of snacks, ton of water. Unfortunately, they weren't selling like any pizza type items except for pizza. Like they didn't have no calzones that they did last year, which I was really hoping to get after hyping it up so much. But the only thing that I feel like the thing that probably affected me the most, and I feel like I've been doing really good about it lately, is I don't think I got enough sleep the night before. And at any other course, I feel like that wouldn't be that bad. But at Mighty Gaw, I feel like although I felt like physically, I felt like I was not drained or exhausted, but I think like mentally. So I started getting lazy on my putts, and it kind of showed as I was that was kind of the big difference.
When you get lazy, do you mean like almost laying them up or going for them and just really missing bad?
Not so much missing, like runs that turn to layups. Like someone might say good layup, and I'm like, that was supposed to be a run. I just absolutely it came out with no speed, no pace.
Yeah, if you're running, that can cost you an extra stroke. But at least if you're almost limp arming him or whatever, then at least you're tapping in or you're pretty close.
Like I think on the entire day, I only got 8 birdies.
I've had 8 birdies in my last 3 rounds combined, Corey. So
yeah, I know, but a lot of those holes at Mighty Gaw, especially the par 4s, like you just or 5s, other than 18, they're kind of you got to get them. And I just wasn't getting the holes I needed to get, knowing that some of the other holes were going to be tough to get. And then I think I took 2 double bogeys on the day, which that's kind of what killed me too. But yeah, round 1 was kind of cool. We had I guess you'd call it a Hudson Play Disc Golf podcast listener card. It was me. Actually, no, I take that back. I forgot we were a 5-some. Anyways, it was me, David Koch, Kyle Hirsch, and Brian Heller. And then also a kid named Matt Kunigal or something like that. So that was fun to play with those guys. And then, round 2, after being at the bottom of the card, it was me. I got to play with David Koch again, Eric Schubert, and Nick Terravaro the second round. So fun cards to play with. Not great play by myself. I had higher expectations after. The one thing that gets me actually before I send it off that I think probably affected me more than being tired, if I had to come up with any other excuse, I'm not a huge fan of natural tee pads when they have rocks in them and they're also pointed uphill. So I feel like as I was also getting more exhausted, I end up early releasing a lot of my shots or trying to compensate for that, and then end up grip locking shots because I'm trying to avoid this stone and this natural tee pad. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention this. I hit the stupid wire on hole 14. It's not only that hole 14 black. It's not only that it's a pretty long hole. There's some random group of sky watchers with a bunch of kids running around by the chairlift tops, trying not to kill anybody at the same time. We had to go up there and ask them hey, it's probably not the best spot for you guys to be standing. And then of course I had to manifest it by saying, I'm pretty sure last year I hit this wire. I hope I don't do it this time. And I threw this shot that sounded like it was about to be a freaking Elon Musk SpaceX project. It snapped out of my hand so hard. Even David complimented me on it. And of course, what does it do? It blasts the wire and goes 80 feet. I don't know if anyone else hit that thing.
Hole 14, is that the one that you got hole 18 and 15 on the left side?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're kind of going across the top.
You're kind of throwing at that's hole 6's fairway on the right as you're coming up there. But yeah, that fucking wire, man. It's not even I'm trying to avoid the chair that's parked right in the sky spot of where you're trying to throw is this stupid diagonal wire. I nailed it. Then the way back, Alex mentioned that before we left that he was going to want to stop and get something to eat. And then we started driving and we didn't really stop anywhere. And I asked him if he wanted to stop at the next restaurant. Because you know what? I feel like either we need this or we deserve it. And I think right now we just need it. So I got some Chick-fil-A. Alex got some Auntie Anne's and Burger King.
So you guys ended up carpooling?
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
We were going to snag Jaimen too, but he decided he didn't want to go with us.
My car decided.
You chose wisely, Jaimen. I'm sure there wasn't anything for you to eat at that rest stop.
I made that joke to Kyle. Yeah, I messaged Kyle. I'm like, wow, I'm surprised you guys didn't pull in once you saw that Chick-fil-A sign. He was like, I'm with David and Jaimen's a vegetarian. What's he going to eat? And I'm like, oh, there was a Panera there.
Bullshit. All right. So Kyle's like, are we stopping at Chick-fil-A? I was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. And then he drove by the rest stop because he didn't know it was there. I asked him, I was like, are you going to stop at Chick-fil-A? As we were approaching it, he's like, oh, maybe. And then he just drove by it because he didn't realize he was there. Yeah. So that's garbage. I was like, I don't care. I'll be able to find something to eat there. Burger King has Impossible Whoppers. Also, I don't need to eat every time I stop at someplace. I know that Chick-fil-A's are kind of a rare occurrence. Feel free. So way to blame it on me, asshole.
I'm going to not say anything. I'm just going to wait for this to drop and see when
I'm refunding $15 to my Venmo right now.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't know why you let Kyle drive.
I didn't really have much of a
poor
choice.
Decision. That is fair.
I thought it was a very smooth ride. It was nice, clean car. Kyle was a great Uber driver.
Well, there you go then. That's not too bad.
Yeah, he's good on those wide open roads. It's the wooded roads that he has problems with.
Everyone did get a pizza cutter for like a player's pack, even the pros.
Oh.
I will say I used it yesterday, Sunday, and it worked. It did cut my pizza. So
Did you think it wouldn't?
I don't know. I had to test it out to see for myself. It could have, I've seen those Temu products. I'm not saying that's where this came from, but I'm just saying I've seen some products fail that you would normally expect. Like, how could this plastic disc on a handle break? Next thing you know, the pizza cutter's going through your hand. But and not only does it cut pizza well, it also comes in 2 pieces very easily for easy cleaning. So
That's good. I was wondering about that.
yeah, pizza cutters can usually kind of be a pain in the ass to clean well.
And since you mentioned Timu Solani, still no score in the Ranger game. So, Jaimen, what about your round?
My rounds went all right. I don't know. I feel like right now I'm playing very clean golf, but not very interesting golf. This kind of goes back to FDR. I feel like FDR, I had like 1 bogey all day. I didn't have that many bogeys at the last tournament that's escaping me, Welcome to the Jungle. And in this tournament, I had 1 bogey and 1 double bogey. So I'm like, I'm playing very clean. I'm really not getting into much trouble, but I don't like have the capacity to birdie stuff yet. So like I need to play really clean golf because I'm not scoring enough to offset a bunch of bogeys or anything like that. So it's like a weird place where I'm super happy that I'm making my life easy, but I'm also super frustrated that I can't do anything excellent yet. So I feel like I've got the foundation for some really good golf, but I'm just not connecting enough on drives or something like that. And I definitely wasn't connecting enough on putts this weekend. I missed a lot of kind of circles edge putts. I had this weird thing going on where every time I would step up to like a 30 to 35 footer, it felt like it was a 20 footer, but then I'd putt it like it was a 30 to 35 footer and miss it. So I had like that weird double whammy of missing a 30 to 35 footer, which is totally normal, but then feeling like I just missed a 20 footer, which is really frustrating. 20 footer for me, I feel like should be like 80 to 90% make. So like I was getting frustrated at missing putts that I would normally be missing anyways, and I shouldn't really get frustrated at missing them. So that was kind of a weird mental thing, but I was able to recognize it and not let it get into my head too much. But no, I'm just playing down the middle par golf a lot of the time and had some good scrambles out there. You can't play golf without having some good scrambles if you score at all. But no, I was able to cash. I was able to keep my streak going. I tied Kyle. Justin Muccelli beat all of us by a little bit. I played a second round with him. I think that might have been the first tournament I've ever played with him. So that was a lot of fun. I did outdrive him on 18. Let that be known.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
But he was a lot of fun to play with. And I'm looking forward to playing more pro tournaments with him and all the other guys around. But yeah, it was another good Gaw tournament. The weather really contributed to not kicking my ass this time. I think that last year it was really hot. This year was like 60 and kind of overcast. So
it was so nice this year.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I really didn't feel like I just played Gaw after playing that tournament, which, normally you feel it by the end. You are ready to be done. There's a lot of years where I'll play it and it just feels like the weather has like a cursory dump. It's like, all right, we're just going to rain for like 2 holes. Like you'll be soaking wet for the rest of your day and you'll remember it, but it's not going to be too bad.
The wind was a bit annoying. I remember that. Like there was a lot of times where you would make a 180 on the course and like, how was there still a headwind or how was there still a crosswind like this? And that definitely aided to some missed putts.
Yeah, there was certainly some wind. First round, I had to save a par on hole 15 because I stepped up and I seemed to be the only freaking person on my card with any wind. But, that's part of it. Playing on a mountain like that, there's going to be wind. I didn't have too much wind on hole 18. Corey, do you want to talk about what happened on hole 18? Koch had to prove me wrong.
Okay, so Pat, for editing notes, insert here. It's a foreshadow when Jaimen said that you literally cannot throw too low on hole 18 at Mighty Gaw. Or put it after. I don't know. You're the editor. You make that decision. But
last week on the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast.
Yeah, the other word of advice is you can't throw far enough downhill on 18.
yeah.
Sure.
You want to aim so far down, like way more than you've ever thought you would ever need to throw down. I don't think I've seen many courses that have more steeper hills in both directions than Mighty Gaw, and it's just like constant. There's like 3 holes that are flat on the top.
So round 1, playing hole 18. I don't remember if David Koch was like, we'll see how he feels about us making fun of him. But it was, I'm sure he laughed at it. So fair game. He was like in the middle of the card. Like he definitely had a couple people that threw ahead of him, I think. And unfortunately, I didn't actually see it because his body was blocking it. But he literally had like a 40-foot drive. Like he went to throw it super low and must have just caught the top of the tall grass and it just sucked it right down. Like I don't even think he grabbed his bag. No, yeah, he didn't even bring his bag to his lie. I remember that because he asked me, like, dude, you couldn't even grab my bag. And I didn't realize he didn't grab it. But yeah, he had like a 40 or 60-foot drive on hole 18. So I asked him if he had listened to the last week's episode because Jaimen said that there's no way that you can throw too low on hole 18 and that you'll have to tell him that you did. And then all of a sudden, out of like the top of the hill by the chairlift, this guy with his shirt comes over. He's like, "You don't have to tell me. I'm right here. I hear it." And Jaimen comes up over the hill.
This guy with a shirt?
Yeah, that's very descriptive. Oh, by the way, just for all the listeners, everybody else was shirtless.
But you did have a shirt on,
the
right?
only one with a shirt.
I did have a shirt on. You're right.
So it was just really ironic and super funny. I mean, not for David's drive, but
he laughed about it.
He laughed about it. It was funny.
And for context, he still beat you with a 40-foot drive on 18.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't beating me after that round. And I did get him by only one stroke on that shot after throwing 600 feet further than he did. Or for 450 or whatever it was. But well, I will say round 2, there was a couple spotters out there sitting in lawn chairs. And when we got to them and got to my drive, they did say that was the furthest drive they've seen up to that point.
Did you land before the chairs or after the chairs?
Before the chairs, but we were also like last card MPO, so I told them to just wait for the guys that are coming up behind us. You'll probably do something better.
Yeah, I put it like 60 feet behind the chair on the right.
Oh, nice.
I saw Ryan Kenny posted after the first round asking for spotters on 18, and a couple people responded.
Yeah, those were the guys, or at least one of the guys. I was talking with him. He said that he saw the Facebook post, so he shot over, which is cool. How many chairlift hits did you guys see at Mighty Gaw? Specifically chairs, and then greater term of chairlift.
I saw exactly one.
Chair hit or the lift or like the pole?
I think it was the pole, and I think that was the only thing I saw. Like I was paying attention. I was looking for him, and I only saw the one.
What about you, Jaimen?
I saw one chair hit.
From what hole?
18.
From the drive or from like the shot that you would get like towards the road?
Oh, it was the drive.
Oh, yeah.
It was still a really good drive. Like where the spotters chairs were. Yeah, it hit like really low. It like hit and then fell probably 80 feet before the spotters chairs. It was the first round, but that's like the area it was. So he was still like right in the middle of the fairway in a great spot. Didn't cut off too much distance. Let me see if I can find it. There's a video. Disc Golf Monthly used to be like the main way to watch disc golf videos. And there's a video of Mighty Gaw, and they have a snippet of Tim hitting one of the chairs.
Giardini?
Awesome.
Yep, from way back in the day. This must have been like 2012-ish. I'm going to have to find this.
A disc golf scene. Discgolfmonthly.blip.tv. My PC about to get hacked.
I'm still trying to find it. I think I might have. I'm looking, but I'll just post a video of it when I find it.
It must have been from Mighty Gaw 4.
No, I can't. It was like at the beginning. It was just like a clip of him. But if you watch any of those, you can see what hole 15 used to look like and why it was such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, on the hill.
Up on the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole berm's gone, Pat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like flat. The basket's farther away, but it's a much easier hole. I didn't see any 7s this year, so like it's easier.
Like hole 5 at FDR, the yellow, but
Yeah.
probably harder because it went down as far as you were throwing it up. Whereas at FDR, you're kind of throwing up, but then you're up if you stay up. You know, you could roll away or whatever. But with that one, if you overshot it, there was just that narrow strip of land that you had to land on if you didn't make it.
Yeah, it was rough. I saw a lot of people just like basically piss away an entire round on that hole. I found the Tim video, and you're not going to know it's Tim until you watch him throw it. And you're like, oh my god, yeah, it's Tim.
Dude, I was just skipping through all the videos I could find, just looking for a Tim throw.
I just sent it. It's 6:11. It's it's good stuff. Worth watching. Definitely Tim. After you watch him throw, if you pause it and just look at the guy, you have no idea it's Tim.
Oh, I almost skipped right by him again.
Yeah,
Wait, in the green shirt.
Yep.
Whoa, that's Tim.
Yeah.
Watch it
as
throw.
soon as he throws it, I mean, it's obvious.
He almost David Koch'd it. Right off the ground. Oh, yes. Doink.
Is that Bill Newman after him?
Oh, I didn't even get that far. I just keep
It does look
watching
like
Tim.
him. Not that I have very much Bill Newman experience,
It
but
looked like Bill Newman.
There's a lot of guys on here. I'm like, is that Bobby Irondorfer? That's Bill Newman. Holy cow.
yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. That's the third time I've ever seen Bill Newman throw a frisbee.
Oh, wow. I was joking. I saw the mustache. I didn't think it was him.
I've only
No,
seen
that's-
Bill Newman in two places, and that's FDR Workdays in the background of Disc Golf Network coverage.
Yeah.
That was one of the first tournaments when I started this podcast where I went and I interviewed a couple people. Jaimen, who was the TD's? What's his name?
Joey Apples used to be part of it. Tyler McKinnon.
He was crazy.
Oh, Braxton?
Yes. He was crazy. Yeah, Braxton. I interviewed him. I interviewed Cutler. It was the first time I interviewed Cutler because he beat Brinster that year.
Yeah, I was trying to put it in a time frame. I know, like...
This is, probably 5 years ago, actually, yeah.
Yeah, he swore a lot.
I was freaking out because somebody had Prince blaring in the background. I'm like, I hope I don't get copyright infringement. But, yeah, no, he was super cool about it. So, Jaimen, your cash streak is now up to 4. Corey's is no more. And I mean, you were pretty, I'm going to use the word bland because that's the only thing I could think of, but you shot -9, tied for 6th.
Yeah, no, I would say bland.
Well, I did. Just because you were like, oh, I had some bogeys, you didn't seem as excited. -9's pretty freaking good at that course, I think.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I shot 12 under last year, so I was a little happier with it. But I don't know. I'm really focusing on the things that I can work on right now to try and get back to that point. But yeah, I mean, I had some great shots. I played well enough to cash at a B tier. That's always cool. But yeah, just in general, I felt like there's a lot of things that I can do better.
Rangers are up 1-0.
Hey, nice.
I did learn one other thing playing at Campgaw, Mighty Gaw, is that the Genesee Beer Company actually makes a beer that's better after playing around a disc golf or in a hot day than the Ruby Red Kolsch, and that's the Mango Peach Kolsch. I think it was still the Kolsch.
I gotta try it.
David Koch brought some of those down and had a couple of those. They smell just like the peach rings you get at like a gas station convenience store. Those candies. They don't quite taste like that, but
one thing I wanted to say with the spotters, like absolutely kudos to them. Thanks to them for coming out. They had flags. They had pin flags. And they were running around with the pin flags in their hands, but they didn't mark any of the discs.
I'd never seen a flag get put down.
They figured it out by the time I got there. Like by the time we got to the bottom of the hill on 18, all our stuff was flagged.
Okay. They'd just walk around with the flags in their hand and like they'd wave to us like, hey, I found it, and then walk away. And like that's not helpful.
Maybe they weren't that hard to find.
Alex, what hole did you start on again?
So I had started on 6 for round 2.
Okay. No, I was just thinking, like Jaimen said, I mean, if they had just come for that second round, it probably took them a few holes to be like, wait a second. It's kind of like Corey mentioned last week, where it's like, you don't know. You got to find a spot. So they might be like, oh, I found it. Walk 10 feet away and be like, not be able to find it again. Yeah. You know what I mean? They probably took them a few cards to realize that. And then when they realized it, they were like, oh, wait, I got these things in my hand. That's what I can use them for. Yeah.
I threw in like 2 of the best spots. There was like a random set of like tire marks, not tire marks, but like where a vehicle had driven through the tall grass and made like a different shade of the grass color when you're looking at it. And the first round I landed right in one of the tracks. All I had to do was just follow the marks I got to my disc. And then the second round, like, I put it right where they were sitting. So I had 2 very easy landmarks. That was another thing. I put in a 5-some the first round, and I played in a 4-some the second round. And like, I told Alex that there's going to be a lot of waiting. We didn't wait almost at all day. I mean, we might have waited for a couple minutes on 15 one of the rounds, or maybe both of them. But other than that, I was surprised at how little waiting there was.
Yeah, and I wanted to touch on that. I think back to Alex's question about why are there 5-somes, I think that's why, especially on the blue layout. Like you've got a hole like 18, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, which are all like super short par 3s. It makes sense to not put people on every hole. So I think that's why there's 5-somes in some places, is just so that there are gaps in the course. For me, it worked out. I was on 5-somes all day. And that's kind of something I forget about Gaw, is that thinking about it, I think I've always played on 5-somes, at least since I've been playing pro. I don't remember MA2 too well, but
at the very least, it does give you a little extra time to gather your breath as you're walking up 4 or 16 or down 18. And now your freaking pants are soaking wet. You might have to wring them out real quick from the dew.
All right. So your winners, MA2, Sean DeStefano shot a +2. Nick Corvino III won MA40 with a +3, 9 strokes ahead of second place. Stacy Blasdell won FA1. Mixed Amateur 1, RJ Chirkis shot a -10, 3 strokes ahead of John J.P. Hafner in second place. Not too shabby.
Very solid 994 rated second round.
So JP, he was doing super, super well. And he did do super well for the whole tournament, which is why I feel like he wouldn't mind me telling this story. Justin and I were walking on, I think it's between hole 5 and 6. We were getting ready to tee off, and he was on hole 14 putting. At the time, he was 6 holes in, and he was 5 under. So he was like feeling it with an eagle. He was doing really, really well. He like goes to us. He's like, "I'm ripping this course a new asshole." And then goes on to hole 15 and like triple bogeys it. Still had an awesome day. Did super well. Really impressive stuff. But as soon as he said that, I turned to Justin and I said, "It's way too early to say that."
Yep.
Just remember that regardless of how good you're shooting, that's never the right answer. You always just want to kind of stay in your lane and just keep plugging along. You don't want to get too hyped up about stuff like that, especially when you're only a third of the way through the round. Just something for players who are looking for ways to maintain their hot streaks.
I miss the old Hafner that would do crazy things like run putts with Firebirds.
He might have been doing that, but just might have been working.
Mixed Pro 40, looks like Nicholas Spittler and Charlie Holmgren both shot -1. Nicholas Spittler must have won it in a playoff. Emily Moore won FPO. And as we mentioned before, Jarek Oberholzer, Jaimen, and Kyle all tied for 6th. Justin Muccelli and Mark Peters and tied for 4th at -10. Craig Cutler in 3rd, -12. Bradley Oberholzer, -13. And your winner, and I will insert the actual number of times he's won Mighty Gaw here.
13th out of 17.
Steve Brinster at a -18.
I was talking to Kyle right after the round because I finished on 5, so I was right near the top of the hill, and they were, just teeing off on 18, the lead card MPO, because Kyle made lead card MPO. So we followed them down, watched them play out hole 18, and Kyle was like, that was the most miserable round of golf he had ever played, because apparently everyone was just like completely silent, super focused. Yeah, he did not enjoy playing on that card.
Yeah, that's a bunch of guys who are very competitive, and that's what enjoying disc golf looks like for them. They're not doing anything mean or anything at all. It's just they're there to compete. And I think Kyle is really used to competing with people and telling them to fuck off. And you won't hear that from those guys.
Well, next time I'll trade him. He can play dead last card and have all the talking he wants, and I'll go hang out with the card guys.
All right. Anything else for Mighty Gaw 17? Double check the score. Still 1-0. Discap Series 2 2024. Mike Schwartz, tournament director. I thought I'd just read the thing that the NIFA guy posted. It's pretty short, and it looks like it's got all the details, and I thought it was kind of cool that NIFA...
I'm pretty sure I've said it before. I love those posts. I don't care if it's AI generated or AI assisted, or if he's just having AI check the grammar, or people are feeding him stories. I love reading those NIFA posts, even if they're courses that I haven't even played before. Like the pre-tournament, like hype up posts, and like the post-tournament results post. Eric Wilson, does he do both of them, or is there two others?
Seth Wilson, yeah. I don't know. I only know that name because that's what the...
Me too.
Yeah. So I'm just going to read what Seth Wilson of NIFA wrote. The second Discap Series Flex was played at Shenandoah Creek. Score suggests this may have been a more mild course compared to Flex number 1 at Central Park, which is corroborated with a 2-stroke difference of a par of 56 versus 58.
When he does the results, though, like he only highlights people that are NIFA members.
Ah, well, that's cool. In MA1, Dan Gibbons placed second with a -1, the net of 4 birdies and 3 bogeys. Jeremy Cashbrick was just 1 stroke behind him to tie third and keep his podium streak alive for the series. He also tied for third at Central Park. In MA2, Ryan Travis 148.343 defeated 20 players to tie for first with a -4.
Good job, Ryan.
I corrected the misprint. He didn't put the 148.343.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call. Man,
gotta
you're
get
quick
the full
today,
name
Pat.
in there.
Troy Vasari took a well-deserved win with a clean round and 4 birdies, -4. Eerily similar to MA1. Here we see Ethan Haters was just 1 stroke behind to tie for second and keep his podium streak alive for the series. He also tied for second at Central Park. In MA40, Terry Hudson stepped up his game, moving up from a 3rd place tie at Central Park to 1st place here with an even round. It may not have been a clean round, but his 3 birdies were good enough to offset his bogeys. Mike Sancelli was a few strokes behind him, but +3 was good enough for second. In MP60, NIFA's points keeper Danny White matched Mike's +3 and second place finish. In FA1, Julia Marger took the win with a +10. I'm looking forward to seeing whether Jeremy and Ethan hang on to the podium in flex number 3. Anybody know where that's at?
Flight of the Condor.
Condor, yep.
Prospect.
June 29th.
So just to real quick go over the winners that weren't mentioned. Cody Conine, MA3. Megan Bursell in FA2. Mentioned Ryan Travis, 148343, was tied for first with Robert Hallam. John Furman, MA60. FA50 was Susan Gallagher. Peter Cornish in MA50. Lisa L, FA40.
Lisa Lundquist.
She just doesn't like to spell her own name.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's too many letters. I mean, Lundquist, that's a lot of bubbles to circle in on the Scantron sheet.
Terry Hudson won MA40. We already mentioned Julia May Marger won FA1 by 2 strokes. Chuck Gordon, or Charles Gordon Jr. III, won MA1 with a -5. Danny Parton took MP60 with a -1. EJ Bilodeau won MP40. Caitlin Clay is your FPO winner at a -2. And Troy Vasari edged out Ethan Haters in MPO. 88 players. And I did remember this time that ties don't get resolved. So
Yep.
Oh, I said Chandler Harvey, Robert Hallam, and Ryan Travis. 148343, all tied for MA2.
Damn, so nobody wanted to win it.
Yeah. Anything else about the Disc Cap Series 2024 number 2 at Shannon Taha?
Good to see Shen got a rated round there, though. I know Jeff was really looking forward to that. So I hope this was all he ever wished and dreamed for until the next one.
Figure we'll go through last week in disc golf real quick.
Yep.
Sure.
So last week in disc golf, Monday, Colonial Acres Dubs. Second place with -7 was David Gieslin and Dennis Daly. And your winners at -8, Willie Harrison and Mark, Evan, and Chuck. Gunks also had Monday doubles. Justin and Jackson Quinn shot a -8 to win that. Probably Justin LaMarche, but I'm not sure. Tuesday, J-Dubs Points Championship Week 8. Corey, how'd that go?
Went pretty good. I think we had 24 people play the J East layout. Yeah, me and Austin Swartout got matched up as a team, and we kind of crushed the field. Justin Michelli and Chad Mandrysa, which I feel like they've played together before. They came in and tied for second with local J Park player AT and Chad Larson.
Andrew Ty, is that how you say
Andrew
his name?
Tig, yeah, Teague. Me and Austin, and then Chad Larson also
Austin
got
who?
the 30 bank. Austin Swartout.
Thank you.
That's how I call him now too when I see him. What's up, Austin? Swart out. Yeah, Austin, me, AT, and Chad got the birdie bank, and Robert Gersman got the CTP on hole 20. And we are taking it to J South this past Tuesday that already happened, and it went well. A lot of people came, and you missed out on a lot of fun.
That's everything?
Yeah, that's all I got.
No, that's cool.
I guess I'll have to say one other thing. That was week 9, and
Oh, that was week 9?
the one that I was giving the results of was week 9. Yep.
Oh, I said 8. Okay. I'll just delete it when I...
Oh wait, no, you were right. It is week 8. Sorry, I'm confused. I just made the event for week 9 that's coming up.
A point for week 9 is Jeff's coming out with some raffle stuff, right?
Yeah. Jeff did that a lot the past couple years, I think. It's like a J Park Jammer fundraiser. He'll fish a disc out of his collection usually, or something he's acquired, and sell raffle tickets, and then use those for the Jammer fund. Yeah, so the leaderboard for J-Dubs is getting a little crazy. Justin's really kind of walking away with it, and then there's a little back and forth going between me, Chad, and Joe Skolka and Brian Pickersmith. So we're a third of the way through already, which kind of sucks to say. It's going to be June before we know it, so time's flying.
All right. Kisco Tuesday doubles. Third place, -7. Eric Sundance Lutz and Nick Imperial shot a -7. Mitchell Pipes playing Cali came in second at -10. And your winners at -13, Chris Schofield and Will Tyler. Also on Tuesday, CTK Singles League. Jaimen, were you there?
Yep.
Do you not play?
Not usually. Handicap League isn't really great for pros, and so none of them go. So mostly I just do coursework, which is freaking perfect for me because it gives me like 2 or 3 uninterrupted hours of just getting stuff done on the course. And everybody else gets to go out and have a fun league that they get to play in. So it's kind of the perfect situation for me. We had our first official day and it went really well. We had 11 people show up, which for the middle of nowhere is pretty freaking good. The results are kind of screwy because
it's handicap.
Yeah. So I remember Bobby Hallam is the one that won overall. He beat his handicap by a lot. I think he shot even, and his handicap was 7. So he shot -7 with his handicap, and he won that. Everybody who cashed was under their handicap, which was super cool. And since his handicap, Bobby Hallam's new handicap was 4.5. I remember that. So that's averages at work for you. But no, it's super nice. Really great weather. I got a bunch of stuff done on hole 3, and I also got a start on the long tee that everybody's going to hate me for later on hole 4.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Wednesday, we had Stony Kill random dubs. How'd that go, Alex?
So I mentioned before I got myself sick on Tuesday, so unfortunately I did not attend. Apparently either Travis playing on his own or Travis playing with someone who didn't put in his name on UDisc, shot 12 down to win that. So that was always nice. Capped off with, I believe he's claiming it's his 124th ace. 124 aces overall, but this was his latest on hole 5 at Stony Kill. So apparently, did well for him. But yeah, that's about all I got.
Jaimen, do we buy the 100 blah 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 aces by Travis Bashore?
Stony Kill is his home course, and hole 5 is like 120 feet long.
Oh,
yeah.
But I don't know. That's a lot of aces to pay attention to. Kudos for him if that is true. That's awesome. I would have stopped counting a long time ago, though. I did start counting a long time ago, and I'm only like near 20.
Whoa, braggadocio over here, Mr. Big 20 Aces guy.
I sit around. I really have, I don't know. Give me 10 uninterrupted minutes.
Stop the podcast.
Yeah, that would be great content. 45 minutes of me brainstorming.
Jaimen, these pictures are you said hole 3?
This is hole 4, and I can't take all the credit for this. I got it started, and one of the guys in the league was like, "Hey, do you want me to work on this?" And I said, "Sure." So Arian took the lead on this, and actually after the Shannon Taha Flex event, went out there with his son Azariah and really cut that hole in really, really well. So hole 4 is, as far as I can tell, a totally functional hole. I'm going to go out there tomorrow with a pole saw to take some of the higher branches. What I did most of the day was what I just posted, which was clearing where the new green is going on hole 3, which is kind of near that. But yeah, a lot of progress at CTK lately, which has been nice.
Yeah.
And for everybody who's played CTK and threw long on hole 2, I'm going to be bringing some really heavy pants and a heavy shirt, and I'm going to start weed whacking the nettles. And that's it. So you won't have to get nettles all in your business.
Nice.
I have video of Randy throwing from on hole
God.
3, his second shot from across that road.
No, hole 2, I'm in the bushes on the right, which would be OB based on the flagging from the last time I played it, but there was no flagging. So I was just just my torso was sticking out of a bush. Just did a full send anyways. It was great.
Did you end up parring?
No, I missed my putt.
The photos I sent are things that I've been keeping tabs on, people doing volunteer work at Stony Kill, and the town supervisor came out with a tractor, whole ass tractor, and they've been pulling down trees on hole 1 and 2. So I don't know how close they are. I haven't been to the course in a week and a half since they started doing it, but they are in the progress of getting holes 1 and 2 back. So that's always great. The other picture of the excavator and the other machine that's there,
Bobcat
type thing. Yeah, they are clearing out that area because apparently I've been told they're getting a pavilion delivered. So they're going to put that in that area back behind the sheds where the sheds currently are. I assume the sheds are going to be moved at least somewhat. And that's supposed to happen on Wednesday of this week. Oh, wow. So by the time people hear this, hopefully it'll already be in place.
That's awesome.
Stony Kill can host finals now.
Yeah, right? We'll have a pavilion. They said they're going to run power up there.
That was going to be my next question. Is it going to have an outlet? That would be.
The town is we want people who work at the town hall to be able to go up there and, eat lunch or whatever. So it's gonna have some relatively good facilities. So looking forward to seeing that when it's finished.
How many people work at this town hall?
Not many.
Building a whole ass pavilion for 3 people.
If they'll get it power, who cares, Corey?
Well, I know as long as they also, I mean, at least when it comes to team challenge stuff, are they willing to, rent it out and blah, blah, blah.
The town supervisor, guy, Denal is his first name. He's the one who brought the tractor. So he seems to be at least somewhat a fan of disc golf. So I wouldn't be surprised if he had some sort of say in hey, we know the disc golfers use this. Let's give them a little bit of something. And also the town people can use it as well.
Cool.
Also on Wednesday, Shen Creek Dubs, week 6. had a 4-way tie for third place at -6. Second place, -7, was Terry Hudson and Jirapat K. And your winners at -9, Cody Miller and Ryan Clare. Also on Wednesday, Deadbeat Doubles, 4 players, yellow front, white back. Shrek and Gulak tied Evan, Kehoe, and Jack at -8. And nobody hit the birdie bank. Paint Bureau Pro League. Ooh, looks like Randy played some Paint Bureau Pro League.
I did. The first time I've ever been to Paint Bureau, actually.
Where was this?
So it was at CPS. It was a nice afternoon, big turnout. It got crazy windy. I don't know where you were at.
We played in the goddamn hurricane, Randy. Don't
Yeah.
short sell this. What the fuck? I was fearing for my life. When that shit hit, we were on like 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I was on 13, which has a ton of already leaning trees.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad too.
I threw my tee shot and it like turned over pretty quick because it was really windy, but I knew it was going to be okay. And we get down there and we start looking and we can't find it, but it's blowing like sideways. So like dust is like getting in my eyes. Trees are creaking. We're all like half looking. So like a few minutes go by and we're all kind of just not feeling good about it. And then out of nowhere, it's just in the middle of the fairway. And we all felt dumb. I felt the dumbest. But like I was walking out looking for it and like hearing trees creak and just like running in a random direction because like I didn't know if I was about to die or not. So like that wasn't great. But it was at least like 4 holes of just like crazy wind.
Pretty intense, yeah.
Yeah.
How was your round, Corey?
Man, it was kind of meh. I was playing clean, not getting very many birdies, but was doing okay relative to the field. And then, like my last 2 holes, I got to holes 4 and 5, which 5 is a bonus birdie and 4 is a pretty tough birdie. And I just fucked both those holes up and went +3 over 2 holes to kind of screw my score. That's about it. The wind was nuts.
I had the like best round of the calendar year that day, which felt like kind of lucky on those windy holes. Like I just couldn't mess up somehow. So I'll take it. I just shot like a bogey free 4 down with a 12 par streak. Like I was 1 down for 13 holes. And I felt like I was just having like a very mediocre day of like missing 35 footers, but I didn't miss any shorties, which is not normal for me. And then just put together 3 more birdies in like my last 4 holes to like sneak into the cash. So felt great. And I got to play with Harry, who also just had one of those days of kind of just cruising, and he won 6 down. And he even missed a couple putts in the circle and still shot a bogey free 6 down. So
1,000
he was
rated.
on one. Yeah, 1,000 rated, just kind of casual round. It's great.
So last week Tyler won with 1,004, and this week Harry wins with 1,000.
That's what it takes.
Yeah, Justin Muccelli came in second, a stroke behind Harrison, and Justin was a stroke ahead of you and Tucker.
Yep.
And do we know where it's at next week?
J Park, J North.
Sounds fun.
I think at least that's what I was told. So
That's
is
what's
true.
on the schedule
Yep.
for sure.
okay, confirmed.
All right, Thursday, Disc Beat Club Year 2, SPW Whites. Todd Everlith came in 4th, got 8 points. Kevin Kroenke in 3rd with got 9 points. Dan Pupke came in 2nd, got 10. And Nick Alcatraz at Cats is your winner with 11 points. Overall standings, top 5, Derek Stasinski is in 5th place with 26 points. Anthony Stamboli in 4th with 32. Greg Kurtz in 3rd with 42.5. Mark Stryker a half a point ahead at 43 in 2nd place. And your leader by 10 points with 53 points, Kevin Kroenke. Moving on to Friday. Disc Golf Journey League. League Director Jessica Lasasso played J Park South, I believe, was the layout. This is week 7. I came in 3rd in the gold division.
Nice.
Yeah,
Just wanna
Pat, I
point
heard
that
you
out.
were tied with Jason for a minute there.
Yes. And if you guys noticed, there were no further updates. Randy posted a picture of
Yep.
our score after, I'm going to say like 4 or 5 holes.
Mhm.
It said F on the picture.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
said
you
finished.
guys are done.
It did say finished, but it didn't point out the next 2 holes. Jason picked up 5 strokes on me. Jason had a wonky round. He overshot hole 2 and hit the putt for birdie. And then hole 3, I want to say he double bogeyed it, and I only single bogeyed it, which actually it might have been after 3 holes. But then I parred on one of the next holes, and I actually took the box, like the actual box, for a minute. But then I double bogeyed the next 2, and
So you didn't have the box after that point?
no, the rest of the round. Although after those 2 double bogeys, I had a nice string of probably like 8 or 9 pars in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got to What's the tennis court hole?
34.
34. I bogeyed that, which, I'll take that. I mean, I should be able to par it, but I was tired at this point. And then, so the next 35, the forehand.
Yeah.
My bread and butter. I've never done it before. I hit the tree on the right, and it took me 2 to get out of the woods.
So you had a nice chance to look at the beaver dam over there.
Oh yeah. So I double bogeyed that, and then we played 36, and I double bogeyed that. So I had 4 double bogeys, which is more than Corey and Jaimen combined at Mighty Gaw. Yeah. So that's 8 strokes. I think I ended up at like 11.
How did hole 36 look? Did you guys play the full hole? Was it wet back there, or was it nice?
It was wet, but the tee pad was dry. It just was like this oasis of tee pad in a swamp.
Yeah. All right,
if that's an apt description.
Because we're playing Jay South for Dubs. I mean, we had just played Jay South for Dubs, and I was just curious if our experiences matched up since...
It was fine. I mean, it looked pretty wet around it, but my feet stayed dry. I actually had a decent drive. I just overshot my approach and then 2-putted. So all I did was I practiced too much. I was exhausted by the end, and I didn't realize 2 of the last 3 holes were going to be the longest ones I'm going to throw for the day. I did not plan wisely, but you live, you learn. But Jason and Joe Jaskolka both tied at -1, and they did a playoff, and Joe took it on the second hole of the playoff because they weren't playing for anything. I think they had discs for the winners of the divisions, so they had to have a determination of who won. Looks like Highland Mike Warner won the green division. Caitlin Clay took red. Dennis Daly won white, and Joe Jaskolka with the gold win, although in the results it looks like a tie. Tournaments on Saturday, which we've already talked about. Sunday, Discap Sunday Tag League Mother's Day SPW. We had a tie for second with -4 between Mike Zancelli and the ace-hitting Kathleen Bemis. And your winner at -5, my nemesis, Brandon Klein. Shen Creek Sunday Upshot League, week 1, take 2. No results, just pointing out that Shen Creek has a Sunday Upshot League. Again, I'm not sure how they could even post results for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know that Ryan's put a lot of thought into it.
Mm-hmm.
I should see him tomorrow for league. I'll get the lowdown on it. It seems really cool. I wish I could go.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like a point system, so I don't know if, unless he posts something, I don't know if there'll be results for that.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to talk about SkipAce? We got a couple weeks worth of SkipAce.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Never trust a lefty.
What was the last one we talked about?
We should skip over the Dynamic Disc Open.
I think it's DDO time.
Yeah.
DDO. Dynamic Disc Open. We didn't have enough time to talk about it last week because I did not know the results. We had 39 people picking. Oh, Kevin Kroenke. 39th place, -328.
You never want to pick Valerie and Mason in the same tournament because if they have bus troubles, then you're losing both of them.
36th place, we got Captain Anheuser. I'm not sure if is it 308 points or was it 308 keystrokes that we had to hear when he was on there. 34th place, Jason Lasasso Star. Dell is the best pots. Alex is stinky in 31st. Blaine Iron Diesman dries at 29th. 24th place, Brian Bickersmith. BB. Is that new?
Yeah, that seems new. I don't know why you had to specify.
As opposed to Charlie Bickersmith, who also plays this.
Yeah.
Last year's winner, Mike Schwartz in 21st. Kat Bemis in 20th. Ryan Nelson, 19th, behind Jaimen Human, 18th.
I don't remember why, but I had a bad week.
Is that why you wanted to skip DDO?
Yep. Yeah, Copenhagen 2, please. I'll take that. I'll take that to go.
17th place, Ryan Travis, 148343. He doesn't put his name in here right anymore. 15th place, Rob West of the Mississippi. We haven't mentioned Corey yet, so not good job, Rob. Randy Bobandy in 14th. Jason's Mechanic in 12th. Okay. Even a bad week, he's still pretty close to the top 10.
Good for the field, though. Good for the field.
Absolutely. So our top 10, Mark Damey. Is it Damey?
Damey.
Mark Damey in 10th. Brian Heller, 9th. Zach McDonald in 8th. Brandon S. Klein in 7th, which is not first, last I checked.
Which we have not seen your name yet either.
No, you haven't heard me yet. 6th place, Sparky Spalding. Alex Potts, top 5 again. You're like becoming a resident for the top 5, no?
We'll see how that goes for next week.
4th place, my favorite team name, Turtles in Your Face. Corey Cook in 3rd.
Killing it.
Man.
My buddy.
But still 16 points behind Corey Me Up Cook in 2nd. And your first place winner, Pat Keenan. Woo, yay.
Woo!
Thanks, Pat.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, who did I pick? I can't even remember.
Some good players. You got Paul Kranz on there?
Yep. No negative. Paul Kranz is my worst with 25 points. I listened
You
to
took
Corey.
Cat
I picked Cat Merch. Yep. Calvin Heimberg. Did he win?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gavin
Mm.
Rathbun, who was, I can't remember if Gavin is who Kyle Hirsch keeps telling me, like, that's the value pick. That's who you should be picking all year. Gavin Rathbun. He did good for you.
I just think it's a fancy name. So that's Dynamic Discs Open. The DGPT Copenhagen Open 2024. Wow. I'm way near the bottom. Okay. 40 players this week. Jason in 38th.
That's a good point. Was there anyone notable that didn't make picks last week? I didn't really notice.
You're asking me to pick out a name from people who aren't on a list?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see Kyle's name get mentioned at all. How are you gonna? You can't be missing weeks.
Oh, he missed the DDO?
Yeah, must have missed DDO.
He only made picks with his alternate account, Corey Mead.
Oh yeah, his troll account.
He's the difference because there was 39 in one and 40 in the other. Like I said, Jason Lasasso star in 38th. I came in 36th, right behind Rob West of the Mississippi and Jaimen Hume.
Never trust a lefty. The Italians had it right.
Yeah, I mean, everyone at the bottom picked Chris Clemens. Like that's literally everybody
Freaking
did.
Chris Clemens.
Is Chris
How
Clemens
dare
lefty?
you not fly to Europe? Yeah.
Oh, darn it. I did too. Alex Potts, 29th.
I'm not even complaining. Like 29th, yeah, but I'm also over 1,000 points, so I take that.
Yeah,
Yeah, 200 points off the lead is not bad.
exactly. I mean, everybody was in the positive.
Copium.
Exactly.
40th place had 508 points. So
I mean, what even would that have been? For the DDO, 508 would have been like mid-20s. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So Alex in 29th, Zach McDonald 26th, Randy Bobandy in 25th, but again, over 1,000 points. Not even 200 points behind the lead, right? Or just right about 200?
Yep. Yeah, just
Yeah,
about
right
200.
there.
199.
Yep.
Yeah, 199.
Mike Schwartz, last year's winner, in 23rd. Brian Heller, 22nd. Corey Me Up Cook drops to 21st. Dell is the best pots. Alex equals stinky. This week, it is true. In 16th place.
Might be your best result so far.
Absolutely. Flying Squirrel, Redemption, 15th place, behind Ryan Travis, 148343, and Kristen McDonald in 13th place. Ryan Travis was in 14th. Kyle Hirsch tied for 9th with the Mysterious AJ and Kat Bemis, and Amanda Dunbar, 4-way tie for 9th. They did not pick Chris Clemens. They didn't drink the Clemonade.
Nope.
Brandon S. Klein in 8th, Yvonne Marmota in 7th, Ryan Nelson, nice comeback, in 6th. 5th place, Joe Gaspardi. Brian Bickersmith BB is in 4th. Jason's Mechanic, back where he's normally at, 3rd place. When I say normally, I mean just near the top. 2nd place, Corey Cook.
I'm a regular.
Less than 20 points behind your winner, Kate Disk, Caitlin Clay. So let's take a look at the overall. 49 players. 49th place, Travis Bashore.
Only one pick.
Yeah. Captain Anheuser in 48th, again, one pick. Lefty Flick up to 3,000 points in 39th place. 38th, Austin Swart out. Corey Me Up Cook in 33rd. I'm in 29th. Kate Disk 27th. Kat Bemis 25th. Behind Rob West of the Mississippi in 24th. And Jason Lasasso Star in 23rd. Turtles in Your Face 19th. Jaimen Hume 17th. Higher than the middle.
All right, I'll take it.
Brian Bickersmith creeping up, 16th place. Randy Bobandy in 14th. I haven't mentioned it, so 12th place, Brian Monahan, one half of Camel Case Corey. Top 10, Brian Heller. Brandon S. Klein. Alex Potts, 8th place. It's 1-1 Rangers, Carolina.
Oh.
I'm texting Ryan right now.
I was just going to say, 7th place, Ryan Nelson. Yvonne Marmota in 6th. Kyle Hirsch in top 5. Missed a week. Still top 5, Corey.
Yeah.
But top 4, Corey Cook.
Mm-hmm.
3rd place, Mysterious AJ. 2nd place, Ryan Travis, 148343. And your leader, after looks like 10 events, Jason's Mechanic, by about 130 points or so. I'm not good with that kind of math.
No, yeah, you nailed it.
You nailed it, yeah.
So picks, if you're hearing this and you're trying to make your picks, you're too late. The DGPT OTB Open presented by MVP Disc Sports plus WGE closes in 3 days. So by Friday, it will be closed. So get your picks in. I'll post something later today or tomorrow. And then the Portland Open the week after, looks like. Or is that a week after or is that 2 weeks after?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So there's a week in between. All right. So good to know. Anything else on SkipAce? Anybody have anything they want to talk about?
Yeah, I hinted towards this a little bit. we were talking about the one disc tournaments and somebody had mentioned the Glitch World Championships. Jacob Dunbar has gotten the okay to run one up in Jenkinsville. I want to say it's Father's Day. Is that June 16th? I'm checking the date right now. It's the day after the Jammer, I think. It's on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's Father's Day.
Yep, Father's Day.
That is a good excuse to get the chance to go play that.
Hey, there you go.
Especially when somebody's hitting aces on Mother's Day, you know. You gotta have a shot.
Yeah, so Sunday, June 16th. And it's going to be the first tournament at Jenkinsville. All the tee pads are going to be concrete by then. So it's going to be super cool. I highly suggest going out to that. I will definitely be there. And it looks like the discs that you get for playing are awesome. I'm very excited about that one. And then on top of that, I am running the Women's Global event this Sunday up at Crandall. So very busy time up in the Glens Falls area.
Maybe I'll play that glitch tournament just because I don't ever throw glitches and I could just beat a bunch of glitch people like I did with the Berg tournament. Or tie them. Beat or tie. Let me just clarify.
There you go. I have a stack of glitches that are available for people to borrow if they're trying to get some practice in.
Should run them out.
Yeah, right.
Carolina's up 2-1.
Ooh, oh no.
That's your Will Byrne update, sponsored by Will Byrne.
I finally got the second CTK Fundraiser Flex tournament up and moving.
Oh,
it is going to be Saturday, July 13th. It is exactly the same format as before. Nothing's changing. You still can't choose your division. Play against the people you're competing with, and you'll like it. And then besides that, I did add a couple of things to registration for people if they're interested. One of them is a tea sponsorship, which is not like the normal tournament $25 tea sponsorship. This is a $75 tea sponsorship, and it's going on the permanent signs. So it's an opportunity for people to support getting those red tees in a little bit faster if they're so inclined. If not, that's totally cool also. But there are 33 of those available. That gets you your name and whatever message you want on the tee sign. And then there's also going to be bagged lunches available. I'm super excited about CTK doing at the last tournament. They opened up their lunch buffet to players, but it was only for 1 hour during the day, which made it really hard to actually do. Now they're starting to dabble with brown bag lunches so people can pick them up whenever from me, either before or after your round, if you're interested. So that registration is opening up. When did I put that for? I want to say May 17th at 5 p.m.
Accurate.
Yep, I'm reading it right off of the thing because I did not know. I did not remember.
Yeah, when you started talking about it, I looked it up and followed the tournament. So I would actually
I did the same thing.
Remember to register.
Yep. So besides that, everything's exactly the same as the last one. It was super successful. I think everybody had a good time. So I'm just going to keep it moving that way. There are also going to be a lot of the changes in the course by that time. Hole 3 is going to have the longer basket position. Hole 4 is going to have the longer tee position. Hole 5 is going to have the shorter basket position. And there's a potential for a more challenging hole 2 pin position also, which I've been messing around with. I asked Jason and he said it was a good idea. So that must mean it's a good idea.
Is hole 4 going to extend out into a par 4 then?
No, it's just going to be a really, really hard par 3.
Like 4 to be a good score on
It's
it.
like 700 feet or something.
But
It's downhill.
it's downhill.
Yeah, it's downhill.
It's under 700 feet. Stop complaining.
That's
No, I'm
fair.
just kidding. It's par
That's
4.
fair.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, I just played a 1,500-foot par 5. I mean, it's not impossible.
Yes, this is, that's definitely going to be a par 4.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I want to get those tee pads done as soon as possible.
Anybody see that Under the Lights tournament got mentioned? Although I don't think it's on Disc Golf Scene yet.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
What is it?
I had a blast last year.
Oh, that was a few years ago, right?
Oh my God, wait, yeah, that was like 2021. Is that crazy? Was it that long ago?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. That was a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
What tournament is this?
It's like a 9-hole course that Greg puts together.
It says Sunnyside Par 3. Disc Golf Under the Lights is back. BYOP doubles at Sunnyside, June 15th at 7 p.m. Registration opens May 14th at 8 p.m. Stay funky, my friends.
Yeah, you nailed it. Why can't I find it on Disc Golf Scene?
In Queensbury.
Last year, Kat got like a little wasted. You know, there was a bar and you'd pass that bar like multiple times. And there was also like drinks for sale on the course because it's like a regular golf course. And she like couldn't miss a putt. It was ridiculous. Like all I had to do was put her in the circle and then she'd hit the putt. And that was great. It's a great time.
How many holes is it?
I think it's 9, 2 laps through.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. I am now following the unflexible flex start.
10 minutes to go in the third period. 3-1 Carolina. You're welcome, Byrne.
Poor Ryan.
You guys up for a quiz?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, give me 2 minutes.
Time to grab a beer.
I don't know if should I drink another one? I might get a little. Yeah, fuck it. For old times. For Jack. I'll be back.
Randy, who's your partner this week?
I got to go, Alex. We just got to keep the Stony Killer vibe going.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna pick me.
Why would I pick you?
I mean, I thought the same thing. It would have been amazing.
It's going to be like 2 car categories this week.
Yep.
Ralix. And you guys have a name?
Yeah, you call us the cool guys.
The cool guys? All right. So I got 3 categories here. Ralix. First 2 that get picked will be used. The third one will be either stored or we'll see how much time we have. But what category would you like? 1, 2, or 3?
I have no preference.
Let's go 1.
Sounds good.
1. Question 1, category 1. English words drawn from the Algonquin language include moose, terrapin, and what other word for groundhog? English words drawn from the Algonquin language include moose, terrapin, and what other word for groundhog?
Let's be gopher? That's the only word that's not English. What are you thinking? It's like woodchuck and gopher, like the other words.
My first instinct was chipmunk, and then I'm like, that's not the same animal. I don't have any good answers, so I am very happy with gopher.
I'm scared I'm about to learn like a 4th name for groundhog right now, but yeah, I want to go gopher.
Sure.
What do you think, cool guys?
Hang on.
I thought it was gonna be. I also the first word that came to my head was chipmunk, even though I knew it was wrong. But I was woodchuck's one thing I could think of, although it doesn't really.
Yeah, the only thing that I was thinking is mongoose. I don't think it is one, but it's the same sized rodent-ish. It kind of sounds Algonquin, but I don't know.
Groundhog. I mean, they're kind of.
It does. Like the other words are. Can you read the question one more time? I think one of them was moose.
English words drawn from the Algonquin language include moose, terrapin, and what other word for groundhog?
I don't know another word for groundhog other than woodchuck.
Yeah, I don't know. Want to go with woodchuck?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
Is the woodchuck a disc?
Damn,
Nice.
Randy, you overthought
Nice.
it. Gopher, really?
Yeah, it's one of those acorns.
Is the woodchuck a disc?
I say, it's
I
got
think it is.
wood and chuck in it.
Yeah, first names. I would say yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Daredevil Discs, January 19th, 2007.
Daredevil,
Ugh.
woodchuck.
Rough start.
I feel like those 2 things don't go together, but
They do a lot of animals.
Yeah.
That might be the same date as the 3 that Jeff was freaking about last time. Cool guys, what category? 1, 2, or 3?
Which one smells the least like birds?
2.
2. Let's go with 2.
Question 1, category 2. Also known as the bay lynx, what wild feline common in North America gets its name for its short tail? Also known as the bay lynx, what wild feline common in North America gets its name for its short tail?
It's got to be the bobcat,
That's
right?
what I was thinking. It was bobcat. Yeah,
You guys good?
I think so. Yep.
Is the bobcat a disc?
It is. It's a mint disc, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I was only thinking yes, but it's yes. So yes.
Mint discs, January 31st, 2019.
Oh,
Oof.
All right, Ralix.
Not the start we're looking for.
I guess it's time for this.
Oh, damn. Do we think they're both animal categories?
Yes.
All right, let's just stick with 1 for now, I guess.
Sure.
All right, question 2, category 1. A ghost in Hamlet speaks of hair to stand on end like quills of what animal? A ghost in Hamlet speaks of hair to stand on end like quills of what animal?
It's been a long time since I've done anything with Hamlet.
I'm gonna go hedgehog.
My thought was porcupine.
Porcupines aren't native to Europe,
That makes sense.
but hedgehogs
That very
are.
much does make sense.
and they run so fast.
Yeah, I'm happy with hedgehog.
That's all I got.
What do you think, cool guys?
Oh my
Fuck.
god!
So it's porcupine, right? Right.
It's
Jaimen?
got to be, right? Yeah.
I mean, hedgehogs have quills, Randy.
Yeah.
Can they shoot them at people?
Well, he didn't say they shoot out at people.
What the hell is a good use of a quill if you can't hit somebody that's over there?
I'm pretty sure porcupines
Porcupines
also
can't.
don't do that.
Oh, they can't?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
You're saying it with such confidence that I'm doubting everything now.
Didn't you say earlier that you shouldn't trust me on anything except for limited subjects? Do you think porcupines and hedgehogs might be that? So the answer is right. Porcupine, right, Jaimen?
Porcupine's got to be.
Yeah, okay.
Is the porcupine a disc?
It's got to be. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
Oh,
And they don't shoot. In my research, I did learn that porcupines don't shoot their quills, Corey.
Oh, so it's only a melee weapon? That doesn't scare me nearly as
It's
much.
not even. It's just a defense mechanism. They're not trying to stab people. They're not hunting things with their quills.
Damn.
Your Will Byrne update, under 3 minutes left, 4-1 Carolina.
Ooh, not looking good.
Yeah, Ryan just messaged Game 6. Here we go.
Cool guys, 1 or 2?
Wait, did you say that was 1 or 2? That last one?
The last one was a 1.
Oh, I mean, do we go to 2? I mean, what does it really matter at this point? Not for the score, just 'cause I have no idea.
Hey, there's a lot of time.
I have no idea what the difference in the categories are, is what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I say let's go with 2. Let's try to figure it out.
Yeah, 2.
Question 2, category 2. The Jungle Book contains a story about Rikki Tikki Tavi, what type of animal that protects his human family from 2 murderous cobras. The Jungle Book contains a story about Rikki Tikki Tavi, what type of animal that protects his human family from 2 murderous cobras.
I don't remember much about the story of Jungle Book other than it seemed like a knockoff Tarzan.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was going to say elephants. I don't know why. I just have like a vision of like an elephant stomping on a snake.
Is this the same thing as the Bare Necessities? Is that where that comes from?
That is the Jungle Book? Yeah.
So I don't know. Like it was like some kid running around with a group of animals, right? Like where were his parents, first of all? But was there an elephant there that was part of his posse?
I don't remember. I don't remember really any of it except for the Bare Necessities.
Are bears even in the jungle, first of all? Is anyone asking these questions? Randy, can you even find bears in the jungle?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the sun bear or whatever.
Do you think that's the answer, Jaimen?
No, he's making stuff up.
What about the bear cat thing?
Yeah, man, bear, pig.
Don't bring up the bear cat.
The cat bear.
Although the last answer was bobcat, so maybe this one is bear cat.
Oh, we can go with that. That's fine with me.
No, I was joking. To be honest.
Shit.
I don't think elephant is right, but it's probably better than anything.
Oh wait, maybe panther. There's a panther in there somewhere. I thought it was a villain though.
Ooh, right. Yeah, he did seem kind of devious, and the last answer was bobcat, and bobcats and panthers are both felines,
Cats?
I think.
Yeah.
But you're right. He seemed like a douchebag, not like a helpful person. I mean, I like panther better than elephant.
All right, let's go with it.
Yeah, panther.
What do you think, Ralex?
So it's a mongoose.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
Is the mongoose a disc?
definitely a bicycle.
Yeah,
I don't have any supporting evidence, but I had a strong feeling that it is a disc.
I agree. I just want to go yes.
Yeah.
Legacy Disc, September 25th, 2013.
And the Rikki Tikki Tavi story was not in the animated Jungle Book, for reference.
I was wondering if that was.
It was a separate story in the book. And it was its own animated special. I remember growing up watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Final. Now I can check the Mets game.
Oof. All right. On the board.
We did it.
Ralex, what category? 1 or 2?
Stick with 2?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, the Mets are winning. Question 3, category 2. What animal is used as a mascot for more than 20 colleges and universities, including Memphis and Princeton? What animal is used as a mascot for more than 20 colleges and universities, including Memphis and Princeton?
I don't know Memphis or Princeton, but if you're asking for like an animal that's lots of mascots, my thought is wildcat.
How did this end up with in a college sports scenario? Like, this is not at all what I know about. I mean, wildcat sounds fun. I don't know. I feel like there's lots of dog teams too, but that didn't help at all. I don't know. Let's go with wildcat. Why not? Feel like your gut is going to be better than whatever else we got.
Okay, can I hear the question one more time?
What animal is used as a mascot for more than 20 colleges and universities, including Memphis and Princeton?
Something jumped into my head as Memphis Tigers. I don't know where that came from, and it's making me think it's like a professional baseball team, but I'm like 99% sure that's not a real professional baseball team.
I like it. It was not the answer to the Bearcat question, so Tigers is still on the board.
It could be a thing.
We can go Tigers.
You good with that?
Yeah, I have nothing to back it up other than a vague,
Perfect
correlation.
That's where I went to college. You might have saw my hat. Is the tiger
maybe
a disc?
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't it be?
It seems like it's a disc.
Let's go with it.
Sounds good to me.
Paradigm Disc Golf, January 19th, 2014.
Ooh,
Paradigm.
Nice.
oldie.
All right, we're clawing our way back.
5-4, cool guys in the lead, but they're a question ahead. So what category, cool guys? 1 or 2?
Are mongoose? Are mongoose? How do you refer to these things?
Yeah, it's definitely mongoose.
Is it
Mongooses.
mongooses?
Yeah, the collective noun is a mongaggle of mongoose.
Are those cat-like, Jaimen?
I don't know.
I always thought mongoose were more like.
I thought they were like rodents. Like
They're in the carnivora, whatever.
Didn't ask for their
part of
diet,
mammals.
Randy.
That is never mind.
Are you trying to stay with 2 with the kitty cats, or are you trying to go over to 1 with the assholes?
I say we go over to 1.
Yeah. Let's do 1.
Question 3, category 1. In December 1958, what Speedy Singers had the #1 single in the U.S.? In December 1958, what Speedy Singers had the #1 number one single in the U.S.?
Oh, God, this was a mistake, wasn't it?
1958.
Speedy Singers.
Speedy's. Is it Hedgehogs?
Fits the bill.
Does fit the bill. Wait, yeah, I want to say Hedgehogs because they were wrong with Hedgehogs. We were right with Porcupines.
Yeah.
Right?
So far,
Okay.
we've only given answers that Randy has already used, and they were wrong. So if we can just keep this trend going and get another one right with Hedgehogs, that'd be amazing.
Yep. I say let's go with Hedgehogs.
What do you think, Ralex?
Oh, Randy failed us.
Come on, man.
That would have been so painful.
Can I have the question again?
In December 1958, what Speedy Singers had the number one single in the U.S.?
December 1958.
Speedy Singers.
What's a fast animal?
The Beach Boys. I don't know 1958 at all.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they were after that, but I don't actually know that for a fact.
No clue. It's not the Beatles.
No, it's gotta be some like the Monkees or something like that.
Oh, the Monkees is at least a band that I can think of. So,
But they're not speedy.
That's not Speedy. No,
What are fast animals? The cheetahs?
he said they sing fast. He didn't say they run fast.
Well, speedy singers. They are speedy and singers. What about like a bird, like chickadee or something?
Like the Partridge Family.
I do not know.
I got nothing. The only band I could think of is the Monkees. So I feel like that's bad. That's not on brand with a woodchuck and porcupine.
And they're not particularly speedy.
We got beavers. Oh, we got like chipmunks. Chipmunks, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, like chipmunk voice.
Oh,
You know?
and that's the voice sped up.
Yeah. Let's go chipmunks.
Yeah.
You guys good with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is the chipmunk?
Oh my God.
Nice, good call.
This is how Corey feels all the time.
Is the chipmunk a disc? I mean, it's gotta be,
I'm
right?
a sucker for animal names. Every time it's an animal name, I'm like down for it.
I have a hard time believing any animal at this point has not been a disc made by somebody.
Yeah, let's go. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
Dang it.
Halfway through, we're tied at 5.
All right, back in it.
And it is your guess, Ralex. Remember when you were down 5-0?
Wasn't that long ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
What category? 1 or 2?
I think I like 2 more.
Yeah. I'm scared of 2. It's been all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good with 1 then.
Yeah, let's go to 1.
All right. Question 4, category 1. According to a 1975 film, if your father smelt of elderberries, what is your mother? According to a 1975 film, if your father smelt of elderberries, what is your mother?
It'd be a hamster.
Oh, thank you. I was just like redoing the whole skit in my head.
You guys good with that?
Yep.
I had to give you a Monty Python redo.
I love
course.
that.
Of course.
It was brutal. Is the hamster a disc?
Is the
Hamsters,
hamster a
like, they like
disc?
roll in a wheel. I feel like it'd be a great disc name. I really can't talk myself out of yes on like animal names. I don't know.
If the chipmunk wasn't a disc, like, is the gerbil going to be a disc? Like,
Don't
I
give
can't.
answers away.
I'm feeling no, but it might just be, overreactionary to the previous one,
I'll take the blame. I'm going to go yes.
All right. I'm good with yes.
All right.
I'm sorry, no.
All right. That happens.
I love the slippery slope argument in that, though. You're like, what's next, gerbils? Are you going to name one a rat?
Cool guys, 1 or 2?
I'm scared of both of them.
Yeah, I kind of leaning towards 2.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's trust your instinct.
Category 2, question 4. What feline Mercury model was introduced in 1967 as a companion to the Mustang? What feline Mercury model was introduced in 1967 as a companion to the Mustang?
All right, well, I'm pretty sure it's Cougar, but let me think. 1960s.
Mercury Cougar?
Mercury. It was the Cougar, right? Definitely the Cougar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Cougar.
I'm going with you on whatever you think on this one.
You guys good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Is the Cougar a disc?
Okay, good. I was going to start overthinking that.
Is a cougar a disc? It kind of sounds like. I feel like it's got to be, right?
Cougar is a word that looks weird now that I've spelled it out. I think I spelled it wrong. I mean, I guess I couldn't even picture a cougar. Like, what the hell does a cougar even look like? I only know it by the emblem on the car.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a medium-sized cat, I think. Maybe a little bit on the bigger side.
Now we're just naming this after not even big cats, just medium-sized cats now.
I know, like, Innova has a puma, so I know that they have big cat in their names at some point.
Yeah, I guess I want to say yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
Damn, I'm kind of blowing it.
What do you think, Ralex?
I'm good with either.
Let's stay 1.
Sure.
Because 2 just morphed into a car category, which I'm afraid of.
I was not going to get a Monty Python reference, I'll tell you that.
Fair trade. I think Jaimen would have got it.
Oh yeah,
I hope he would have.
I think Jaimen referenced it. That's kind of why I used it, right?
Yeah, I have most of those movies just like committed to memory.
Category 1, you guys pick, right?
Yes.
Question 5, Category 1. Also called the water hog, what rodent of Panama and South America can weigh as much as 100 pounds and grow to 4 feet in length? Also called the water hog, what rodent of Panama and South America can weigh as much as 100 pounds and grow to 4 feet in length?
So, capybara?
Yeah, gotta be, right?
Yeah, biggest rodent.
Yeah.
You guys go with that?
Yeah.
Is the capybara a disc?
Ugh.
This is the first time I'm not just going to go full steam ahead on yes.
That feels like a much more likely one than hamster to me.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Ugh.
People like capybaras.
That's true. People like hamsters, though. Although, I guess it's like, I don't know.
They don't have the same cult internet following that capybaras do.
What do you follow? r/capybaras.
I'll let you take the lead on this one.
All right, I'm feeling like yes.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, no.
No.
Cool guys. 1 or 2.
I still think I like 2, Jaimen.
All right, let's do it.
Question 5, Category 2. At about 6 inches long and weighing less than a half a pound, the pygmy marmoset is the smallest species of what primate? At about 6 inches long and weighing less than half a pound, the pygmy marmoset is the smallest species of what primate?
Now all of a sudden they're primates.
Not just that, but a subset of primates.
So, like, what does bobcat, mongoose, tiger, and cougar even have in common other than, like, jungle animals?
I don't know.
Like, what would even be subset of primates? So we got, like, what? We got, like, gorillas, orangutans, macaques.
I was thinking like lemurs.
Lemurs.
I don't know what a subset of primates is.
Caveman from Geico. Can you say the question again, Pat?
At about 6 inches long and weighing less than half a pound, the pygmy marmoset is the smallest species of what primate?
6 inches long? What the hell? Pygmy marmoset. Subset of what prime? A marmoset.
The only thing that's coming to my mind is lemur.
Okay. Well, I had nothing come to my mind other than just
Right,
basic
yeah, it's
gorilla
like-
and monkey terms. So sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
more Monty Python quotes, please. Yeah, I don't know. Lemur is the only thing that I can possibly think of. I can't, I'm not even convinced I understand what subset of primate is.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So lemur.
That's smallest one I could think of.
What do you got, Ralex?
That's okay.
My instinct was either monkey or gorilla.
I think it's just.
If it's fucking monkey, I'm gonna be pissed.
I was thinking it was monkey.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's monkey.
You guys go with that?
Yep.
Mhm.
Is the monkey a disc?
I'm not that pissed actually.
No, lemur was great though. I'm impressed by
Honestly,
you guys
like
knowing
you said
a bunch of
lemur, and I'm like,
primates.
oh, it easily could have been a lemur.
I thought monkey was a made up word. Like it's too general.
Nah.
It's like the word grass, as if there's not like a billion different kinds of grass.
Is the monkey a disc? I mean, it's gotta be, right?
We've been wrong enough times. Let's just say yes.
All right, I'm happy with yes.
You guys good?
Yep.
I'm sorry, no.
God, you got it.
At least that's keeping us in it.
I don't think we've gotten a disc right since like round 2.
I got
Like
Ralex
either of us.
8-6 over the cool guys and going into the final round. Am I right, Alex?
That's what I got.
Okay. What category? 1 or 2?
1, right?
Yeah, let's go 1.
Sure.
Final question, category 1. In the book Charlotte's Web, what type of creature is Templeton? In the book Charlotte's Web, what type of creature is Templeton?
Templeton wasn't in the movie.
In the book Charlotte's Web, what type of creature?
Yeah, well, I've only seen the movie is the issue.
What's the name of the pig?
Charlotte,
Was it Babe? It wasn't the pig.
Templeton. I have no clue. This is bad.
So it's not going to be a spider.
Not going to be a spider. Definitely not the spider.
Probably a different farm animal. And we've got rodents to work with.
Rat. Templeton the rat.
Templeton might have been in the movie. Now that you say that actually, I haven't seen that movie in probably 15 to 20 years.
The whole category has been actual rodents. So on a farm, you don't really raise any rodents. So it's just got to be a rat that was hanging out.
I am happy with rat.
All right, let's go rat.
Is the rat?
Damn it! I didn't think you guys were gonna say it.
How the fuck did you guys not know that? I thought that was like the softest question of the entire round.
I read that in first grade and I cried, and that was the last time I thought about it.
Yeah, I have never read it, and I have watched the movie. Yeah, like I said, probably once 20 years ago.
Well, damn, Randy, if you cried at that, then you must have been sobbing for where the red fern grows.
Oh my god, dude, I didn't finish it when that dog died. Oh my god, I closed that.
Wait, the
book
dog
first.
dies?
Oh, Jesus.
Both of them
do.
died.
Yeah, but when like the guts. Oh no, never mind. I can't even.
Yeah,
That book is
was
closed.
rough. Yeah.
Sorry to any middle schoolers listening to this podcast.
Yeah, there's some fourth graders. It's definitely a disc.
The rat is an Innova disc.
Innova Champion Discs, June 26, 2017. Final question for the cool guys. Category 2, question 6. What marsupial that includes a hairy-nosed type has an extra tough butt to protect it when burrowing headfirst? What marsupial that includes a hairy-nosed type has an extra tough butt to protect it when burrowing headfirst?
Can we say bullfrog?
Wait, so marsupial, does that just mean it has a front pocket? Like
It
kangaroo?
means a lot of things. I wanted to say anteater.
What if instead we're looking for a burrowing animal? We could go elephant.
That's not a marsupial. It's a mammal.
And you want to go anteater
Okay, I guess I
for
don't
having a tough ass?
They stick their heads in the ground. They eat ants, Corey.
I thought they were just surface eaters. They just picked the easy guys.
They got that long nose for nothing.
Well, it's because their arms are so long, their neck is so far away from the ground.
Can you draw an anteater for me?
It's just a smaller elephant. It's a portion. Okay, you want to go anteater?
I want to stop guessing.
All right, yeah, elephant.
Yeah, elephant. That's the answer. This is. Oh my God. Yeah, the answer is elephant. Yes, it's a disc.
What do you got, Ralex?
I'm sorry. I'm coughing.
Is it wombat? What do you think, Alex?
Is a furry-nosed something? I don't know.
All I heard was tough butt. What can we hear it one time just for fun?
What marsupial that includes a hairy-nosed type has an extra tough butt to protect it when burrowing headfirst?
What are marsupials? Yeah, like a kangaroo's a marsupial.
Yeah, they don't have placentas, if that's what people were wondering, the difference. That doesn't help anyone.
Some of them have pouches.
Is that because they're environmentally friendly? The same reason why I can't get a plastic bag at Price Chopper anymore.
They got their reusable pouches. Dude, I don't
When I
know.
think tough butt, I think wombat. And I know it's a disc.
And that's a marsupial, I think, right?
I believe so.
And don't they make square poop?
They do. They do.
You learned so many things on Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast.
I'm good with wombat. That sounds like a good one.
Let's go with it.
Is the wombat the disc?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Innova Champion Disc, February 6th, 2015. 12-6.
Talk about a comeback.
Wilbur
That
was
was
the name of
crazy.
the pig.
Thank you.
Wilbur.
Yeah. 12-6. Being down 5-0.
Just like the Rangers.
Hey.
Way to bring it full circle, though.
At least I was right about marsupials having the front pouch, though. Like that.
You were.
Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah, so category 1 was rodents, and category 2 was small to mid-size mammals.
Like it.
At least it wasn't birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do another bird category. Give it another couple
Yeah,
weeks.
let me know.
and-
I'm not going to be there that week.
Give me a couple weeks and Stokely will have a few more out. So, anything else before we get wrap up?
Good luck to everyone playing in the women's global events all across the country this and world. I guess it's a global event this coming weekend.
That's this weekend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My mom and sister are going to be playing at Maple Hill, and I think that's where Katie's playing too. Kate Clay.
I'll be there caddying for Kat and hopefully taking
Nice.
extremely flattering pictures of all the participants. I'll have my camera out there.
And birds and squirrels and
Yeah, I really can't get distracted.
And everybody playing locally at Crandall too.
all right. Well, thank you, Jaimen, Corey, Randy, and Alex, and sweet up Hudson Valley.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Pat.
Pat.
So last Wednesday, I heard from 2022 Hudson Valley Podcast Player of the Year, Antonio Albert, and he said that, hey, Pat, I have an idea for you. I'm not sure if you heard it yet. It will be officially announced tomorrow, but there's going to be a 9-hole course on the border of Queens and Brooklyn. It's happening through the Paul Macbeth Foundation, is in big part thanks to this guy, Alex Bender. He's from Brooklyn, and him and some other guys have been putting in a ton of work into growing the sport in New York City, especially Brooklyn. This is all to say that I think he'd be a great guest to have on the pod. As far as I can tell, he's a very nice guy, has been the few times I've met him. I think it would be cool for everyone to hear the process of getting a course in the ground when a lot of us thought it would never happen, and all the other stuff they're doing with Brooklyn Disc Golf Club. I can connect you to if you're interested. As an aside, what I've been told is that the course is is as good as guaranteed, so we shouldn't have to worry about spoiling or stirring up any unwanted attention, which I appreciated. Then he went on to say that the other Alex might be able to come out. And my first thought was, one, Antonio's got to come on too, because this actually affects him. And even though he doesn't know them, he has a perspective. Mm-hmm. You guys cool with that? I mean, you guys...
Yeah.
Does that sound...
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad you said that, because you got homework.
Read the UDisc article?
Yeah, exactly.
Alex, did I not already say that? Did I not say that on the way down to Mighty Gaw?
Yep.
On Saturday. I had already gone through it. When I first saw the Paul Macbeth video, I thought it was going to be like coming up. Like, this is going to start happening. And then I saw the UDisc article drop and everything else. Like, oh, the shit's already like in. Or there's already like a whole... like, this didn't just come out of nowhere. So I had started reading the UDisc article, and the funny thing is, at the top of it, it tells you how long of a read it's going to be. I don't know what reading level that's tuned for, but it said like 12-minute read. Like, there's no fucking way to 12-minute read, right? I got through like 3 minutes of like, I can't read the rest of this right now. I'll leave it for homework before it happens. One thing is really funny if you put it in the after part too. Don't include this in the last week in disc golf, but CPS Thursday dubs also happened, and Kyle was so excited because like him and his partner popped off for 13 down. When second place was 6 down, he's like, I just did it for the last week in disc golf shout out. So totally don't add this in for that. Add it for the after.
Corey, this goes to the after, like at the end of the last bit of this last song, to see if he holds on.
There
to
you go.
The only people that catch are the ones that look at the timestamp and be like, wait, the outro song isn't usually 10 seconds long. So there you go, Kyle. There's your shout out.